Hello everyone and welcome to gtaskplus.com. I'm Wasim Morty and you're on the 6th day of our introduction to Vue 9 Extreme. In this part of the tutorial we're gonna cover the materials. So we're gonna see the material editor, the advanced material editor, creating mixed material and using layers and presents to create some specific materials, for example rocks and snow or so. So here you can see 4 example of procedural materials. Okay, so 4 different type of creating materials, and we're gonna cover them actually. And here it's the interface of the advanced material editor. So let's switch to Vue. Here we are. So it's a basic scene. You have just to reset your Vue to get this one. So I'm gonna rapidly click on the sphere and generate a sphere, as you can see just right here, and move it to the center of my camera. Here it is. So I'm gonna click on it and just double click on this sphere, or just right click and edit material. So I have here this little interface that shows up, which is the advanced material editor. Okay, so I'm gonna start firstly with the basic material editor. So just by clicking here you can switch between the type of material. So here we have the type, so a simple material or a mixed material. So this we're gonna see later on. Okay, we have the mapping. So if you want to map your material according to the world or just according to your object. Okay, standard or parametric. Standard, cylindrical, spherical, or parametric. This depends on your object or your world. Okay, so here to change the name, and here to store your material. So let me explain a bit. Here, if you have a material and you've done some you have a basic material, you store it, and then you do some modification to your material, and finally you want to go back to your basic material. So you can right click and restore this version. Okay, and it will automatically generate your restore your material. Okay, so here we have the option for the preview. You can actually modify them from this, or just go to file, options, and then go to display options, and you have here to modify the OpenGL texturing mapping. Actually it's in general preferences, and you have the material options here and you can modify them. Okay, so close it back, and here you have the zoom to just see a bigger resolution of your material. The basic material editor is divided into 3 categories, into 5 categories, which are the color, the bump, transparency, highlight, intensity, and reflection amount. Okay, so you have the overall color. If you want to, for something a very basic materials like plastic or something, you can choose an overall color, and it will be automatically applied. And actually by right clicking you can reset your color. You can also use a color map, so as a bitmap or something. So I'm gonna just allow a specific material here. So I'm gonna go to my hard drives, and I have some texture there. So something like this one here will be nice. So here you can see I have pretty much a couple of images. So this is the diffuse, and I'm gonna load it, and as you can see it's automatically applied to my sphere, as you can see here also in the OpenGL preview here. Okay, so let's clarify these options here. We have the invert, so we get the inverted colors, and here we have the gamma. If you want to correct the gamma, if your image is for your image or your bitmap, so you can use the system gamma or override your gamma. And here you have this basic option: load, delete, rotate. You can change the scale here. If you want more tiles or so, for example, you can modify the scale to like 0.5, and you have a better resolution and a better render. Okay, so we have the bump. So what's the bump? It's a trick to simulate some relief. Okay, so you can double click and click here to load your material. So here we have displacement, normal map, occlusion, and specular. So here I'm gonna use this one here. Okay, so to generate some bump. Okay, so let's see the difference. Okay, if I uncheck the bump and do a render here, you will see that our image is pretty flat. We have no depth and no relief. So I'm gonna click on bump and again load my texture, and let's just do a quick render here to see the difference. And as you can see, we're starting to get this relief, these effects of really present bricks or going outward bricks. Okay, and you can here adjust the gain or the depth. You can also use a color map if you don't really have an adequate texture or something. Okay, so sorry, and you can also invert it as you want to. Okay, here next we have the transparency. So it will control the level of transparency of your sphere, and you can also use a map. For example, if I just I don't know, used this word, you can see that all what's white is been transparent, and all what's black is visible. Okay, you can also invert it if you want to for example just show the what's around and not the word here. Okay, so I'm not delay. Also we have the highlights intensity. So the highlights is pretty much just deactivate the bump, is this beam here which is being generated by our light source. So let's load back our bump. Okay, so sorry for this. Okay, and we have some sorry, we have some this one here. Okay, so here it is, and as you can see that bump will change the aspect of our highlight depending on the depth and on the level of the bump which is applied. So actually it gives a wet effect to our bricks. But this doesn't really matter right now, so we're just seeing how it does really work. And we have the reflection amount. So if you want to completely reflective material, as you can see here, or less reflective, or just a material that doesn't reflect anything. Okay, so I think we've pretty much seen everything of the basic material editor, and I see you on the next video for the advanced material editor.